Greetings, folks. I hope you had a fantastic week and that you are healthy, you are safe, you are warm in your homes, and your bellies are warm. And a happy Friday. For me, I turned 45 today, so I'm happy and I'm blessed that I'm actually able to see 45. Well, normally I don't show my face in these things, but the reason why I am doing so is because of let's just say a situation happened. As some of you may know who either follow me on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, I'm a substitute teacher. I've been doing that since I was laid off from my job due to COVID last year. Luckily, I've been teaching at a school close to my house, so which is great. Um, let's see. I'm gonna tell the story here. Um, I would say Monday, no, Tuesday. No, yeah, Monday, Tuesday. Um, I was having my students do work, and I realized one of them kept was hiding something as I walked back to my desk. So I figured maybe he was doing something he didn't want me to see. And then I noticed as I was going through my bag that I look back and he's still looking at me. He keeps looking back at his classmate. He's looking at me and keeps looking. I was like, "What are you doing?" And he's looking at me again and says, "What do you have in your book?" Because now my my spidey senses just flared up because something is going on here where he did something he wasn't supposed to be doing. So I says, "Give me my book," and he keeps looking at the guy, and the guy goes, "I don't," and I'm like, "Okay, you two did something you wasn't supposed to be doing. Let me see it." And I pick it up, and I look at it, and I went from 0 to 100 because I've seen this thing before, and I've heard it before, and I looked at him, and the fact that he is not even of my ethnicity for him to even do this is what made my blood basically boil. So, what I want to talk to you about, and parents, I want you to, if your child is nearby, I want you to have them look at this video because it is important. Racism has been an issue in this country from since its inception, even before its inception, when it was colonies and whatnot. But the fact of the matter is, there's a trend going around where you give a person permission to use a racial slur of that ethnicity. Now, the reason why I am saying this is because apparently a lot of my people, especially the younger generation that are as old as my kids, are basically giving passes to use that particular word where I know my parents and my grandparents, my great grandparents, and so on and so on and so on, were called that word, and it was a derogatory word. And now the new thing is we're taking it back and we're making it possible. No, it's still a derogatory word. You're not taking it back and making it positive for you to say, "Oh, we give it to you and use it as a pass." No, that's ignorance on itself. That's you basically smacking your ancestors in the face who were called that and beaten because of the color of their skin. Now, of course, you know, go through the process and everything else, and I find out some more information about this kid, and now other steps are being taken, but I won't say that here. Um, so, I had called my wife that day, and she was basically saying maybe you should use this as a teaching moment. I thought about it, and I was like, "Oh, let me think about it. It sounds interesting." And I was talking with my old co-teacher from another school I was teaching at, and we were just because we would discuss. I was basically telling her, like, "Yo, this is the first time this happened." Da, 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 da. And she was like, and I told her she was giving me her experience about how to handle the situation, and then I was telling her what my wife said, and she goes, "Your wife was right. Use that as a teaching moment," and I did. And there's a lot of things that came out that, for my what my other students have experienced, that I was like, "Whoa!" And then what was going on in the school, which made me go, "Okay, this let's work from there," and everything else. And then I found out about another situation with one of my other students that right now, with I'm in that, but I won't mention that. But needless to say, if she was my daughter, that dude would not have been found. But that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Um, yeah. So that was my week. Like I said, we're talking about racism. We're talking about you as a minority should not give someone a pass to use a racial slur that's being used against you and your people. Like, I don't know what it is with you young people thinking that it's okay for that to happen because of some rapper. No, that rapper doesn't speak for the rest of us. That person doesn't speak for the rest of us. The majority of us are probably saying, no, that's ignorance. You using that word and then telling someone, oh, you have a pass to use that word, is ignorance in itself. And if you're going to listen to someone who's ignorant, you're going down the wrong path. A buddy of mine who I saw that day, I basically said to him, yo, one of your countrymen did, and we went through the whole thing, and then he looked at me, he goes, you're kidding me. I said, nope. And he said, he was like, okay, first off, as a minority also, you would think he would want to stick together and whatnot. I said, well, no. And now, granted, the other kid that was involved, I had called his parents because I couldn't get, and I tried to call the other kid's parents, but I couldn't get the other kid's parents. But I spoke to the parent, and they apologized. I said, listen, it's your kid that you need to talk with them about it. This situation is not something that is cool. Of course, the next day, as I'm calling him in, he came to me, he apologized. I said, all right, I acknowledge his apology, but the other kid didn't. And needless to say, he looks like he didn't want to apologize. And now everyone knows who he is. And then more stories came out. So now, like I tell my kids, consequences and actions. Yeah, I mean, I'm having my birthday drink. I turned 45. I'm allowed to have my birthday drink. Yeah, so parents, I think we need to sit down and talk with our kids when it comes to things like this. Like, are you experiencing some form of racism? Or maybe they don't, and they say, well, I don't know. I've been experiencing X, Y, and Z. Could it be that? Yeah, it might be X, Y, and Z, and they just don't realize it because, of course, they're young. They wouldn't realize it. But it's as parents, we have to let them know that, yeah, you might experience this. You might be experiencing it, and you don't realize it. And then when we know the situation, we can help. I know one of my kids was experiencing something. Well, correction, one of my students was experiencing something, and I was just shaking my head going, what? And then, we're going through the motions with that. Another student of mine, because the way this person dressed, was experiencing things, and I was like, okay, and I explained to this person, you have to let one of us teachers know that this is happening. If it happens again, let us know. Find out who the person is, so at least this way we can deal with it. But yeah, it's my birthday week. Like I said, today's Friday, the 12th. It's my birthday, and I had to deal with a whole bunch of stuff at the beginning of the week. Stuff that I was not expecting to have to deal with. That as a teacher, I heard about it, but I didn't think I would have to deal with it per se. And yeah, um, I know with one situation, one student, it looked like this person was in better spirits because I asked her, I says, "How you doing?" And she was smiling, everything else. So I'm hoping the situation changed in that part situation. Um, but yeah, I mean, especially people of my people, you know, we need this thing where we give other people a pass to use that word, that N word, that word that our parents and our grandparents were vilified and being called because people of a different ethnicity thought they were less of them. And then we say, yeah, we're giving you a pass. As parents, we should tell our kids, no, we do not give people passes to use that word and write it out. It's just blatantly wrong, and we should be better. Now, granted, I understand we have music. Even growing up, we had, people music using it, and it became just like common, like the language. But the majority of us, some of us are like, no, we're not doing that. But it's kind of hard when you have a group of people who keep using it, and then you have one generation broken in half where one group is like, no, that was used to make us feel small. Oh well, we're taking it back and making it. I'm like, no, it makes no sense, But I just felt that I had to talk about it, but I wanted to wait until the end of the week to talk about it so that I could have all my thoughts, wait to see what's going on and everything else. But I was very disturbed about it, and I even said it that me and the student, the relationship is now changed to the point where, yeah, you can come to my class, but if you have an issue, don't ask me because you wrote that note. So, which makes me think, and the fact that you couldn't even apologize for it tells me what your mentality is. So, I said that in class, and that's how I'm going to stand until um, I finish with this assignment. But it looks like I might be still at this one school because another teacher's leaving, and because of my background, I may be there a little bit longer, which is good. The commute's not bad. Um, but yeah, but now that I've done my 13-minute TED talk on that situation, what's new? What's coming up? So I started a new design for the Old Warrior series. I'm going back to the lady in blue. As some of you may have seen, I did a Little Red Riding Hood cover from a digital art class I was doing. If you've been listening, and I decided to incorporate Little Red Riding Hood with the lady in blue in this piece. It's something that I tried to avoid doing because I didn't want to fall into that niche of that type of job, that type of element, I guess you can say. Even though I've seen a lot of artists doing that, and I'm like, well, I really don't want to do that. But you know what? I wanted to do an experiment to see how would people respond to something like this. So far, some of the response has been good. I've finished with the base color grayscale portion of it. Since it's my birthday weekend, I don't know if I'm gonna get to it over the weekend. I know I have to do something for the missus, for her, so I'm probably busy doing that, and then maybe I'll get to it on starting next week, or maybe I'll hold and starting next week, and then maybe start putting in the colors over Thanksgiving weekend since it's a 4-day weekend. But it's a wait and see game. As I was thinking about it, I realized that there's a certain portion of it maybe I can make a little bit bigger. Um, so I might go back and redo that just to see for size reference. Maybe making it bigger would work. Maybe having my wife just lay where this person is and see from her vantage point would it actually work. Um, that's something that I might look at, but I think it's the way it is. I think it's fine. I know from people look at it, nobody has commented on it, so I'm just leaving it alone. But sometimes it's hard when you're an artist and you go into that community to look at other artists. Hey, does this look weird? Is this something? Is this something I can fix? Whatnot. And sometimes you get no feedback. That's also kind of hard, but it is what it is. So I'm not going to gripe on it. I got other problems I got to deal with that are more important. Um, what else? I guess that's it. Uh, it's November 12th, 2021. Your boy here was born November 12th, 1976, Scorpio. Like I was telling one person, I'm a black man living in a country that you have certain people trying to do whatever they can to, but I'm still here. Um, Still grinding. Hasn't changed. Still moving. Still doing what I have to do to take care of the family. And here's to another 45. You know, maybe at 90 I'll croak. Hope 90. If I croak at 90, I'll be fine. At least I lived a full life. You know, I'll be happy. But other than that, have a nice weekend. Be safe. Oh, and to our veterans, thank you for service to our country. Dad, my brothers. Yeah, I was the one. I was the black sheep. I didn't go into the military. I got into college. I said if I don't get into college, I'll join the Air Force. But got into college. But anyways, have a happy weekend. Stay tuned for more content. Oh, also, if you are an inspiring author and you want your book published, please visit my wife's website, bluebeaverpublishing.com. The link will be at the bottom of this recording. Um, she's started a company where she'll walk you through everything. If you need someone to design your book cover, she'll help you with that and get you on your way. All right? Have a nice weekend. See you next time.